Hey, happy family. This is Kimberly Rose of Built Upon a Rock Marriage Enrichment Ministries, and we are back talking about why marriage counseling doesn't work. But first, I have a question for you. If you had a friend who was avoiding going to the doctor because they were afraid of what the doctor may say, they're afraid they're going to get bad news about their health, would you let them just not go to the doctor? Of course not. You would make sure that they go and they tell everything and let the doctor know all their symptoms and everything that they feel might be wrong so that they can get the best medical treatment. Hiding their pain will never get them healed, right? It'll never make it go away. You can't just wish it away because you want to keep it covered. The same holds true for marriage. And one of the reasons marriage counseling does not work is because people want to cover up secrets. And so, because they don't want to tell the truth or they want to keep things hidden, the counselor's not able to shed light in areas of darkness. Now, if you're enjoying this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be happy to give you more of this marriage enrichment content. So let's ask ourselves, why would people not want to have their secrets told? Or why would they want to cover things up to a counselor? Well, it's pretty simple because those things are embarrassing. Those things may be painful to talk about. Those things may not make us look like the shiny penny we think everybody thinks we are, or our marriages are all together. It's really challenging for people, especially in ministry or professionals, for people to feel like that they should already know how to make things better. That if we just work on it, we can fix it, right? It's the physician heal thyself type of syndrome, and it doesn't work. We all need help from time to time, but the only way that the counselor is going to be able to help you is if they know what's really going on, and begin to pull back the layers and allow for a safe place for you to be able to express those things that may be more challenging to talk about, but are necessary to talk about. We find ourselves bricklayers at times, emotional bricklayers. We like to build walls with the intention of keeping us safe from outside trouble. We want to build up walls to keep people from hurting us, to keep ourselves from being disappointed. But what we don't realize is the same wall that's being built to keep outside trouble keeps us trapped in internal trouble. And so those fears and anxieties, the violence that sometimes happens in relationships, all of those things keep us trapped when we put those walls up and try to put a facade that says, I'm okay, when you're not okay. Counseling is there to shed light in dark places. But if you're constantly covering up the darkness, you don't allow the light to come in. In the word, Proverbs 28:13 says, he who covers his sin will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them will have mercy. And so covering them, whether it's sin or shame or guilt or issues, internal issues, covering them will not allow you to have mercy. People are much more willing to give mercy when they know what the problem is, right? More willing to give grace when they understand what's going on. And so when sometimes we keep things even from our partners that we're going through, the disappointments we may feel, the hurt we may feel from our partners, we may be grieving a loss of something or feeling disappointed because we couldn't have something. And we keep that from our partners, and those things begin to infiltrate our relationship, to ooze. The pain begins to ooze and seep into areas maybe that we thought we were controlling, but we're really not. When we have a wise counselor who can not just listen, but also begin to point out these areas, it will help us to see better as we're navigating through our marriages. Sometimes we find that the trouble in the marriage is an individual trouble, right? And that maybe one spouse or the other needs individual counseling. And I know that can be scary as well, because we don't want to admit that we might need help, individual help. It's a whole lot easier to say, I need you to fix them, than to say that we need fixing ourselves, right? And so that's another reason people want to cover things up. And then why it's going to be challenging for your counselor to be able to help you. Also, James chapter 5 says to confess your trespasses to each other and to pray for one another that you might be healed. Healing comes when we can pray together. And I know that's challenging when you're going through a rough time in your marriage, you're not seeing eye to eye, you're probably not praying for your spouse, and you're definitely not wanting to pray with them. Sometimes counseling can help create that space that allows you to be vulnerable, allows your partner to see that there's something going on beneath the surface. That's not just what they're seeing on top. It's a symptom of something else. And because now they see that there's a deeper situation, they may have more compassion for you. They may have more mercy, more grace for what's going on. It creates a place of intimacy. Intimacy is about being vulnerable. It's about allowing your scars to be shown. It's about allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And if you come into a safe space, a counseling space where you trust the counselor, and you can then begin to trust your partner with these things, with these areas of your life, these secrets, as I say, that you're wanting to cover up, slowly moving the covers off, slowly dismantling the walls, will allow your marriage to heal as you begin to pray for one another, as you begin to cover one another emotionally, not covering up the secret, but covering each other emotions, so that, like I said, you have a safe place to now be able to heal. 1 Thessalonians 5:5 says, "You are all sons of light and day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness." Let's not embrace our secrets and hold them close, but to shed them away, begin to brick by brick take down the emotional walls that we put up so that we can be healed. Confess, forsake, and pray that there can be healing, that there can be mercy in our marriages. Let's not let secrets kill us, but let's kill the things that are destroying and dismantling our marriages, our relationships, our own souls. Well, it was good talking to you again. We hope to see you again soon. We love you, happy family. Bye-bye.